Urban Therapy with Sun 752. This is your daily go-getterism number 847 for January 27, 2017. 847. January 27, 2000. All right, cool. All right, tonight I want to talk to y'all about being needy and greedy. You could say needy versus greedy, whatever, Anyway, the word need, it seems like such an easy thing to be able to chronicle, such an easy word to be able to understand, overstand, be able to get together. It seems like an easy concept to be able to grasp, but it has different meanings for different people. It takes on different properties than it does for other people. For some people, than it does for other people. So when you start talking about what you need in your life, a lot of people, and as a matter of fact, we've done this on the Daily Go Getterism before, need versus a want. But it's true. A want can be a need. Like if you're thirsty for water, yeah, you want water, but you also need water. Food, clothing, and shelter. You want that, but you also need that. Now, of course, you don't need the name brands, the designers, and stuff like that, but those basic needs need to be fulfilled. So, however that plays out, you're still fulfilling a need that's also a want. Now, what happens when our needs get out of control? Many people live from check to check, even though they make a decent wage. It doesn't mean that just because you make good money that you will still have all your needs fulfilled. There's some things that money just can't buy, and people who are really obsessed with money don't like to believe that, but it's true. Not everybody's lives revolve around money, but when you start talking about the things that you need, one person's needs is going to be different from another person's needs. So, when you are in a position to have some of your needs filled or fulfilled, does that mean that you don't need anymore? Does your need process cut off? What's the cutoff of your need factor? It's something to really think about, because when you think about it, okay, if you work at a job where you make decent money, you work at a job, you make decent money, excuse me, you work at a job, you make decent money, and as you make more money, your needs are probably going to be elevated also, because your lifestyle is going to change. Whereas you may have been getting over with nothing but oodles and noodles and Chinese restaurant chicken wings and Minute Maid juice in the crib. Now that you're making decent money, maybe you're eating better. Maybe your food choices are different, and maybe you need more. Well, you can afford better, healthier food, and we know that sometimes healthy food can be a little bit more expensive, depending on how you look at it. But anyway, but you still need the food, and just like you still need the money to be able to make the purchases of the food that you need or that you want. So, at your job, when you start making more money, does that mean that you don't need to make any more money? If there's a position at your job that's higher than the position that you're in, and that position offers more money, should you say to yourself, "Nah, I make enough money doing this. I shouldn't climb higher. I shouldn't go any further"? Does your need to be more ambitious cut off at some point? And if it does, why? Why would it cut off? So after you decide that your ambition hasn't cut off, you want more and more. Maybe you want to really, really climb up the corporate ladder, let's say. So you may have started entry level, and you moved up, and you moved up. Maybe you went to school, and you moved up, and moved up, and moved up. Well, did you really need to do that? Did you need to do that? I mean, that's something that I think that you should ask yourself. Because as you start needing more, even though you're getting more, at some point that's going to look like greed. Because if you were making $25,000 a year and now you're making $100,000 a year, did you see yourself making the $100,000 a year when you were making the $25,000 a year? Were you making it with the $25,000 a year, and then after you got a raise to maybe 30,000, 40,000, 50, 60, 75,000, 85, 90, and then all the way up to six figures of $100,000 or more? Did you need that? Were you making do with what you had? If so, what was your motivation to move up and get more? Greed. There's a little bit of greed left in there. I mean, mixed in there. Greed is not always a bad thing. It's not. I know it's one of those words that we look at as being a bad thing. I might have even said that it's normally a bad thing because people's greed usually gets out of control. It's one of those emotions, and I guess greed is an emotion. Is it an emotion? Let's say it is. For the purpose of this video, let's say that it is. It's one of those emotions that's really hard to channel in a positive direction, unless you're talking about, like, let's say, greedy for love. But if you're greedy for love, hungry for love, greedy for love, does it translate into positivity? Like, how do you express that need or that greed for love? Does it mean that you're always up under somebody? Does it mean that you're always asking and requiring them to do more for you emotionally, affectionately? Who knows? Everybody's different, right? But nonetheless, like I said, need is one of those things that's hard to channel in a positive direction. But I imagine that it can be done because one person's greed is not the same as another person's greed. But one thing about all greed is that it probably came out of a need that we thought was just a want. At least that's how I see it. I'm not sure. But it seems to me that wants and needs, they sort of are like first cousins, maybe even siblings. And as they complement each other, the needs and the wants, as long as you're not out of control, we know that there's some things that you want that you really don't need. Okay. Like a high-end cell phone. A high-end cell phone. First of all, you don't need a cell phone. We want a cell phone. We like cell phones. But there are other ways to communicate other than a cell phone. Some people still have a home phone. You can still use it. It still dials out. Home phones nowadays do all kinds of things. Like you can text from your home phone to some people. So, hey. So, it's a crazy thing, but it can be done. And so if you want a cell phone because you figure you need a cell phone, like I've heard people say, and I've even said it, like, if you're the type that's on the road a lot, you need a cell phone while you're out there because you could get in trouble. You need a way to be able to communicate. But that's not taking into account that people lived for generations without cell phones and they were just fine. But now we have turned our want into needs. And if you want a high-end cell phone like an iPhone or a Galaxy 7 or something, now you turn that need into a greed. Maybe that greed is not hurting anybody, but $700, $800, $900 for a cell phone, it hurts a little bit. It's a little sting, especially if you don't have it like that. And some of us may make it like that even though we don't have it like that. But that's when them wants become needs and them needs become greeds, and then the greed, like I said, all greed is not the same. And I do believe that you can channel some greed into a positive direction. Like if the problem is the word for what you are pursuing may not be greed. Like let's say, like I'm greedy for the freedom of my people, for the liberation of my black people. I can be greedy for that all I want. I'm greedy for it because I'm starving. And I'm not being fed enough, so I don't even know if I'm greedy for that. But if I had more, I know I would want more and more and more and more. striving for that. Wants can be needs, and needs can turn into greed once those needs become fulfilled. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, just like I was just saying, wants and needs, we have to be able to separate the two and make sure that our priorities and our values are straight so we can know exactly what's a need and what is a want. After that, after you get your needs fulfilled, I want y'all to think about that for tonight. Keep that in your head. Once you get your needs fulfilled, what do you do when you keep adding on? Is that greed? Is it greedy to keep getting more of what you need even though you have enough of what you need right now? Is that greed? For some people, it might be. Like when you're talking about money, it might be. When you're talking about any type of addiction, like drugs, sex, food, it might be. So we have to watch out for those things. Speaking of watching out for those things, tomorrow during the day, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Winter Freeze Breeze event, the Urban Therapy with Sun Winter Freeze Breeze event. Yes, we going back out there in them woods. We hiking in them woods tomorrow. It's going to be the bomb. What's the weather going to be like tomorrow? Doesn't matter what the weather's going to be like tomorrow. It's the dead of winter time. So we can't expect it to be warm, but we can dress warm and we going to be all right. Trust me, we going to be all right. Tomorrow during the day, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in Philadelphia. So my people from the burbs, come on through. My people from Philly, come on through. My people from out in the county, come on through. My people from Maryland, Jersey, come on over them bridges. Make that ride up in, down 95. New York too, come on through. It's gonna be the bomb. It's the best, most flyest exercise program that you could, exercise event that you could get with. Tomorrow, 10 a.m., Rittenhouse Street and Wissahickon Avenue in Germantown, Philadelphia. Right across the street from the Sunoco gas station. From 10 a.m. until we get done. We normally finish like around 1:30, something like that. So come through for the Urban Therapy with Sun Winter Freeze Breeze event. It's going down. It's like the fall, summer burn, spring cleaning. The Daily Go Getimism show is every single day, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Call-in number is 319-527-6199. You can listen online, blogtalkradio.com/Sun752. Peace.